You will not pursue the elimination of the finest close air support weapon system in the world with answers like that. And that was said by Senator John McCain. So this patch has been out for quite a while. GOUVION, the GOUVION update. It's been out for quite some time, and over time people start to find things that can be capitalized upon to win. And for example, one of those things is playing 35Y. It's a very strong division. And in team, if you know your teammate, there are some really interesting things you can do. So this is a 2v2 game, and I think you'll enjoy it. Let's get on with casting the deployments. So we've got, this is Gunther.S. So he created the Frago mod. I believe he had help, but I think he was the lead developer. And this is Makocb. And they've changed their names. Who knows why? I'm sure they've got nothing to be embarrassed about. And on the other side, we've got Discobiscuit and BanditUnknown, who are, these are two people that I have heard of, so they definitely play a lot of games, but not usually ranked games. None of these guys tend to play ranked apart from Makocb, who is Jurgen Enjoyer here, also called Max Mix. So deployments, we're on Vertigo. Vertigo is supposed to be a 1v1 map, but people play it 2v2, and you've got two pretty distinct lanes here. You've got Echo to Bravo, and you've got Foxtrot Delta Charlie, Echo Alpha Bravo. So we've got Discobiscuit on the left here, and he's playing 35Y VDV. So just zoom in on his deployment here. And we see a lot of anti-tank guns, forward deployed anti-tank guns, and they're going over here. So what is that? 3 forward deployed anti-tank guns, one to here, one to here, one to here. And he's the only forward deployed division in the game. So third doesn't really get forward deployed stuff. They get lots of helicopters and things, but no forward deployed. So he could afford to be much more aggressive with these. And behind that we have the CV. CV's going to go through... what's this one called again? Got to zoom out a bit more. Even more Echo. There we go. CV's going through Echo, but then he's got 2 more CVs behind that. It's an interesting decision to open 3 CVs. But yeah, this CV is going to here. And behind that, we've got 2 Desantno-Shturmovaya in the BMD2. This now comes with the Conkers. It didn't used to when I used to play, but now it comes with the Conkers. And I don't think the price went up, or the price might have gone up 5 points or something. So now it's a pretty cheap Conkers. And then on the left here, we've got 2 BRM1s. Very rare to see this unit. So this is a 70-point exceptional optics unit. And in 1v1s, people tend not to bring it because it's 70 points. And it'll die in 1 or 2 hits. 3 front armor means at max range it won't really die, but because the stealth's mediocre, you can't really get it into a good spot. You can't get it very far forwards, which can make taking advantage of its exceptional optics difficult. But yeah, he's got 2 of those, and they're going forwards here. This one's in a very defensive location. Behind that, we've got Scout Attack Helicopter, the Mi-24K. K stands for Kill You, I guess. This UPK thing is strong if you can get it into range, but people tend not to do that. And it's reasonably effective against helicopters because of the helicopter range, and it's also got the Yak-B. So in a helicopter versus helicopter engagement, this will be a Cobra, for example. And I think it'll be an Apache as well, although the Apache autocannon's better. You tend not to have those engagements because people always send jets in. He's forgotten to path this guy. And we've got Aufklärer here. Oh, that's for BanditUnknown. So Discobiscuit, he's got 2 more CVs. One's going to hit as well. So he's double stacking CVs in that middle zone. And then an Afghansky AA going there. Behind that, another CV. So presumably this one's going to this zone. It is, yes. Strela and Afghansky. So, you could really save on his income by just buying 1 CV. Because that 1 CV could go through here, and then sit in here, and this would stay capped. So maybe he doesn't know that, or maybe he's expecting some resistance. On the right here, we have BanditUnknown playing K.d.A, which is one of the worst divs in the game. But in team, it can be useful. I got beaten up in a team game some time ago by a Chinese guy and an Australian. I can't remember their names. I'll link the video in the description, but it's on a Chinese website and it's in Mandarin, I assume. It might be Cantonese, I don't know. I'm not educated enough. and they beat the crap out of me. So on this map with K.d.A. So divisions that are useful in team, you know, might not be useful in 1v1 and vice versa. But there tends to be a lot of overlap. So BanditUnknown, he's opening 4 MI2s with recon, and one of them's going here. So I guess so he could path it there. One's going all the way on the right to get a guy here so that he can get around the right there. And he's got one going to this building, and he's sending them all back because he's got auto cell off. So I guess he intends to... Oh, and I forgot about this one. This one's going here. So it's quite a conservative deployment, actually. Particularly this one. Like, you could get it to here, usually, depending on what the enemy's bringing. It's quite conservative deployment, and you'll note that he has auto cell off on these transports, so he intends to use these transports for the rest of the game to ferry units around, which is really interesting. It's worth doing if you have the micro for it. I'm simply not good enough to do that. And then behind that, we got a pretty basic K.d.A. opener here of 4 T-55As max vet and 4 Strellas. And he's got no CVs, so it would be great if Disco could give a CV to his comrade here, and maybe that is what will happen, and that's why he has 3. And yeah, so we see the T-55s. I'm not sure where they're going, actually. Have they even been pathed anywhere? No, they've not. He's forgotten to path the T-55s, or maybe I've started it too early in the deployment, so he'll path them later. And then he's got 4 not forward deployed Strellas, because you get more availability and they cost less. So he's just gone for the regular Strellas, I believe. And they're going to here, 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 and well, there are 4, so I assume 2 of them are going to here. Oh, no, never mind, there's one here. So quite an extensive AA net for both people, and he's also got a fob, which in 1v1 is a waste of money, but in 2v2 can be very useful, particularly if you're going to be using that napalm grad all game. Switching to their opponent's deployment, you see why I was leaving myself overly zoomed in there. we see from I'm just going to call them by their in-game names now because it's just easier for me. We see Kermit's got some scouts. Eurogun Enjoyer's also got some scouts, and behind that they have 4 Apaches and a supply. And what I can only assume is a sizable aircraft contingent, because this isn't 3,000 points worth of units. So these 4 are about 1,000. Oh, actually, this one's even, they're even cheaper. These 4 are less than 1,000. Yeah, there's about 1,000 points here. Actually, no, I'm not going to count it. I'm getting it wrong, but you get my point. There's probably a lot of planes. Anyway, I'm going to cast it from this perspective because I'm already here. Right, so they're off, and I'd like to take the time to thank the generous channel supporty people that get these videos early, if you want to get the videos early. And yeah, one membership for 1 month is about 2,000 views because of the way the ad revenue works, so it's worth looking into that. And and we see wow, they just keep coming. So that's what, 5 A-10s, 6 A-10s, 7 A-10s. Surely I assume there's only going to be 7. And yeah, really interesting opener. We don't see a single ground unit from blue here. First A-10 engages this helicopter. We'll clean that up pretty quickly. And he's going to cycle back around. This A-10's going over here. He'll get this guy. So maybe this deployment was actually a good one. Difficult to keep track of everything here because there's a lot of planes. And we see a lot of red on the right side of the screen as the Thunderbolts kill things. That died over there. First ASF out from red with the first tick income. But that's 1 ASF versus 7 Thunderbolts. Just saturating the AA. This one's ran out of Mavericks. Those are the ATGMs. Eagle out from Eurogun Enjoyer. And the AA is just getting sniped because it's revealing itself to shoot 1 A-10 and then the other 6 are coming to kill it. I don't think we've seen a single blue loss yet. I think all of the A-10s have got out so far. Is that a... No, hang on. That is a dead A-10. No, it's not. It's a D-44. So I don't think we've seen any losses for blue yet. Got a bailed out BRM-1 there. This ASF goes down to a combination of the Thunderbolts and the Eagle. One of the players is already out. He's had enough. That's Discobiscuit, the guy that got hit here. BanditUnknown still going strong. We see Seed out from Kermit, but that's not going to help against the Strellas and the Iglas. It's mainly for the ECM, presumably, just to soak up shots. This is pretty abhorrent to watch. It's like a swarm of angry bees, and you've got the Apaches behind it, who haven't managed to do anything yet because of the because of just the speed of the takedown from these Thunderbolts. Lots of red on the screen. I'm not sure Blue's lost anything. I think everything's getting out. This might go down. Great micro from Blue, controlling all these planes and not losing any, evacing them when necessary. These guys are all out of Mavericks, but they've still got rounds on their guns, so I guess that's why they're keeping them in. Because you get a lot of ammo on that gun, 1,040 rounds, and there's the surrender. Interesting game, and you see that, oh, they did lose something. So there was one loss, 100, so that was one Apache, I guess. There you go. Mr. Hirsch, the only member of the PACT team to get a kill, took down one of Makocb, aka Uragan Enjoyer, aka Max Mix's Apache Rockets. That was the only kill in the game for the red team. So yeah, really, really interesting game. What can I say? I look forward to... it just keeps going. A-10 Thunderbolt AT. Interesting. It's like the highway of death. Presumably you're just going to see this in all your games now once this video comes out. So you're welcome, and I'll see you in the next one.